Hi friends, in this video we are going to see how to create a database, how to create a table and insert the data into the table, how to read, update, delete records from the table. Let's open the SQL Server Management Studio and create our database first. We are going to create a SQL tutorial database. This is the syntax to create a database. Create database name. I just replace the database name to the SQL tutorial, executing the command completed successfully, and we can refresh the database section and SQL tutorial is now created. Let's create a table. So this is the syntax to create a table. We have to give the schema name, table name. Inside that we will give a list of columns we are going to create. For each column we have to mention what is the data type it is going to hold. We are going to create a table called student and the schema by default is DBO. This is the columns we are going to create and the respective data type is added. If the column is going to accept null, we no need to specifically mention anything. If it won't accept null, we have to mention the not null constraint in it. I just execute this create table statement. Command completed successfully. We can go and check in the table section. Now the table is created. Let's insert some records in it. So this is the default syntax to create records into the table. Insert into table name. We have to mention the list of columns, values. Inside that we have to provide the list of values for each column. So we have so many methods to insert the data into the table. The first one is insert into table name, followed by we have to give the list of columns, and in the value section we have to provide the values. The order of the columns should match with the order of the values. ID is 1, name is person, so it should sync. I'm just executing this. It is successful. So the second method is if suppose the table is containing 6 columns and you are going to provide the 6 values, you no need to explicitly give the column name like this. You can just mention insert into table name followed by values. So this command also will execute successfully. The third method is insert into table name. If suppose you want to skip the created at column, you can mention whatever the column you want to insert with the values, and you have to give the respective value in the same order, and you can run it success. And the method 4 is insert into table name. Instead of values, you can use the select statement. Mostly if you use joins or view with the multiple tables, you can compute one particular result and you can insert into the table. So I'm just executing this. So now we created totally 5 records. Let's see how we can read the records from the table. If you see, this is the syntax for reading the data from table. Select list of columns from table name with a where condition, and if you want to select all the data from table, instead of mentioning each column, you can mention the star. It refers all the columns. I'm just executing it. Now we added 5 records and you can see all the 5 records in it. If suppose you want to specifically mention the column name, if you don't want to select the created at the remaining column you want to add it, you can mention each column, and if you execute it, it will return the result. And there is a property called Alias. So here it is ID. If you want to just display the ID as employee ID, you can use the Alias, and DOB as a date of birth, name as an employee name. So if you see the difference between the both query, the result remains same, but the column name is showing the different name. And in the select query, we can use the where condition. So select star from table name, where the condition is actually I want to retrieve the ID 4. So it will only return the employee 4. Similar way, if you want to retrieve the employees actually who born in after or 2000 less than, then actually if you see these employees are born year below 2000. So similar way, if you just add greater than, you will see the people born after 2000. Let's see how we can update a record into the table. So this is the default syntax to update table name, set column name with whatever the value we want to update from table name. So here I gave the alias name, so alias name I'm just using here. This will be useful if we just join with multiple table and update anything. And finally with a where condition. In our case, so this is the records actually we have 5 records. I'm going to update the employee 2. The name is currently person2 and the email is person2@email.com. So I'm going to add the version 1 in both name and email. So update std, actually we are just updating a student. I gave that std as an alias, so I'm just giving the update std. Set name is equal to whatever the value, email is equal to whatever the value I'm going to update from the table alias, where id is equal to 2 because I'm going to update the employee 2. So I just updated it. If you see the value here, you can see the name and email is changed. Finally we'll see the delete statement. So this is the default syntax to delete it. Delete from table name, where the condition we are going to delete the table from student. So delete from student, we have 5 records. I'm going to delete the id 4, so where id is equal to 4, it's deleted the record. You can see totally 4 records, now 4 is deleted. If you just do delete from student, it delete all the students. Now you can see there is no records in the student table. Yeah, hope you find this video helpful. Thanks for watching.